tell you this much, it is never boring at West Ham. I knew it would be a busy month, but for different reasons. I thought transfer window, Kudus might be off. We're going to bring in some players, etc., etc. But what happened yesterday was beyond what anyone could have expected. It really was. It was a crazy, crazy day. A lot of people asked yesterday, what the hell is going on? Can anybody tell me what the hell is going on at West Ham? So I'm going to try and tell you now in this video and take it right up to the point where I'm recording this, which is 10 to 11 on Tuesday morning. And as we understand it right now, Lopetegui is at the training ground, well, taking training. He's not there picking up his, clearing out his desk or anything like that. We've heard that from Sean Whetstone. We've heard it from ex-West Ham United employee. That's good enough for me. Both got good contacts at the training ground. He'll be there taking training. The fact that he is there taking training, I think, is out of order. I don't like it. This is the long march. I've never enjoyed this. The long march to the gallows. It's the death of a thousand cuts. It's not fair. Lopetegui has a lot of contacts in the media. He will have known full well that while he was taking training yesterday, the wheels were in motion to get rid of him. And that can't be easy. I understand, yeah, they get lots of money and so on and so forth, but that can't be easy, really. And there's no doubt about it. From both within the club, he has been undermined. He's responsible. By the way, let me just get this right. Lopetegui is responsible for the situation we find ourselves in and for the amount of points up on the board and the fact we keep getting thrashed. He can't organise a defence. Right? That much is clear. There's no point. We spent so much time talking about what's wrong with Lopetegui that I don't feel the need to say it anymore. But this is not particularly good, the way this is being handled now. The club have already decided to replace him. He should be gone. Right now, there should be an interim manager in there. Anyway, that's my opinion. It's not an opinion piece, this particular video. I want to just explain what happened at West Ham yesterday. Now, this is built up from things that I've heard from top sources, things I know, things I've heard from other people, and also just a bit of in the grey areas, putting two and two together and just trying to fill in the gaps. But this is my understanding of what happened yesterday. Although yesterday would not be to tell the correct story. This actually started happening on Sunday night. On Sunday night, reports started to circulate that Lopetegui had 3 games left. That was obviously the Aston Villa game, that was the Fulham game, and the Crystal Palace game. A little bit later on that evening, rumours started circulating that Steidten was under massive pressure and could be quite close to losing his job at West Ham. I wrote an article myself over on Claret and Hugh. It was on Sunday night and said that Steidten's nothing more than a glorified scout. He won't be here for much longer. I think I had about half the information then, but rumours started to come in that he'd been banned from the training ground. Fast forward to yesterday morning, Monday morning, Matt Law at The Telegraph wrote an article saying that Lopetegui had been... it had been watered down. Not that Lopetegui had kicked Steidten out of the training ground, which is what I still believe has happened, but it was a little bit of a watered down version where he turned around and he said that Steidten had removed himself from the training ground to help Lopetegui out, to take the pressure off Lopetegui. Look, you just don't do that. He's not going to do that. We had the same story with David Moyes. Steidten didn't take himself away at all, right? Steidten was told to leave the training ground, right? It was softened a little bit in the same way that when exactly the same thing happened with David Moyes, that was softened a little bit as well. Then some reports came out that Steidten hadn't been seen at the training ground for about 2 weeks, something like that. It actually turns out that he also has been on holiday. So both are true. It's not one of these either or things. Both are true. He had been on holiday, but also he has been banned from the training ground. Early yesterday, about mid yesterday morning, which is what prompted me to do the video yesterday, I spoke to not anybody at the club. I spoke to an agent very, very close to things in the West Ham world, and I was told, I started speaking about Steidten, and I was told, well, Steidten's not what you should be concentrating on here. It's actually, I'd be very surprised if Lopetegui wasn't gone before Steidten. I thought, hold on, what's going on here? Because obviously, as far as we know, Lopetegui had 3 games left. And the immortal words were uttered that he wouldn't last until the Fulham game. Did my video yesterday. Certainly from a Hammers Chat point of view, the whole world went mad. I mentioned in the video that because I'd also been told by a separate source, and this was a training ground source, that Graham Potter was being lined up yesterday. And I went over on Patreon, and I did that video over on Patreon and said that Potter was being lined up because Brady was very much pushing that. Then a load of reports came out, and basically around lunchtime, saying that Lopetegui is close to getting the sack. Everyone was running it. Honestly, absolutely everyone. And I think his name is it Dan Rosser at the Sun? I might have that wrong. He put a lot of extra meat on the bone. So there was clearly a lot coming out. Everyone was contacting their sources and finding out. And the messaging that everyone was getting was the same thing. Yes, Lopetegui is very soon to lose his job. And then almost the odds. It's not like the odds got shortened, but the story almost got more severe than what I'd said in the morning, which was that never mind the Fulham game, he's possibly not going to be in charge for the Aston Villa game. Then a little bit later on in the afternoon, TalkSport, they went early and they said Lopetegui's been sacked. He hadn't been. He hadn't been sacked at all, and they went a little bit early on it. I think the trouble is with the TalkSport stuff is that there are so many people often look at TalkSport and they think, oh, Sullivan and Jim White, they talk, so it must be they've been leaked. It didn't come from Jim White, so I think it came from Alex Crook, and it was. It would be easy to stick the boot into TalkSport here and say it was inaccurate, and it was. But at that point in time, everyone was saying it's really close. Oh, behind the scenes, people were saying it's really close. Potter's very close to agreeing, West Ham deal. And I think all that TalkSport were guilty of was thinking, do you know what? This is probably going to happen in the next half hour. Let's go now and let's get the exclusive. I think that's all that happened yesterday. They got it wrong. Hey, look, it happens. You can end up with egg on your face, can't you? It's as simple as that, really. So then what happened was a picture started doing the rounds. A picture of Lopetegui we know where it was taken, but the picture was of Lopetegui and Tim Steidten in a hotel. Everybody was getting past this, right? But we got past this at Hammers Chat very, very early, and it was at this point that Gio went and did some. Gio basically became Sherlock Holmes. I'll tell you about that in just a second. I've got to do some admin now, so please bear with me. I want to try and point in the direction of today's sponsor, which is Surfshark. Surfshark are a VPN. If you haven't got a VPN, you should have a VPN. What's a VPN do? It basically encrypts what you're doing if you're watching us on a mobile phone. It encrypts that on your laptop, on your computer. Not that you're doing anything dodgy, but we all have sensitive information on our devices. For me, internet banking, I don't want anyone getting that. I cover my PIN when I go to an ATM. Not that I've been to an ATM for a long time. So why wouldn't I want my passwords encrypted, my activity that I'm doing on there? I don't want to get robbed just like anybody else. So VPN, we've got a really, really good deal for you. And what you've got to do is you've got to go use the link below, which takes you to Surfshark, who are giving us a wonderful, wonderful offer to pass on to you from Hammers Chat. It's surfshark.com/Hammers Chat. The discount code, if you just want to go to their website and apply a discount code, is Hammers Chat, all one word. Get 4 months free. You can use this across multiple devices. Not like you have to get a plan for each device. 4 months free. 30-day money-back guarantee. And it is £1.49. £1.49 a month. Got a really good deal on at the moment. Go and check it out. The link is in the description below. So we go to this picture. The picture is, you've all seen the picture. If you haven't seen the picture, go and search it up. Now, I could put this, I could try and edit this video to have graphics in it and all the rest of it. If I don't do that, look, I've already been talking. It's already like 11 o'clock, the 11th time I've been talking. So if I do that, then this video is going to go out late. The story changes so quickly that I just want to get this video out there. Steidten and Graham Potter are sat in a hotel having a conversation. Now, there's a little bit of discrepancy with reporting here. Some say that it happened yesterday, that the meeting happened yesterday. Some say that it happened a month ago after the Leicester game. Now, some people have done some investigative work and some people have said, well, hold on, it looks like Potter is wearing the same clothes that he was wearing during the commentary on the Leicester game. I don't know. I haven't looked at that. I'll tell you what I do know. I know we were passed this information. And when we were told this information was that the hotel was the Delta Hotel in Waltham Abbey and that the meeting was yesterday. Now, we were given two parts of information. So Gio went and actually checked it out. Actually, Gio went onto the website and started looking at pictures of the Delta Hotel in Waltham Abbey. And just from the pictures, he managed to match the lounge, match the furniture, match the chairs. So that part of the information that we were given was true. This was the Delta, where they met was the Delta Hotel in Waltham Abbey, right? So because that bit is true, we sort of reasoned, why would someone tell us one part truth and one part lie? Why would they get the location right, but then say it was today? The truth of the matter is we don't know. I'm just passing this information on to you. I'm saying the stuff I know, I'll tell you. The stuff that I'm not sure of, I'll tell you, and that's it there. And the stuff from other sources, we'll put in there as well. What I do know is that yesterday David Sullivan met with Graham Potter. Make of that what you will, right? Whether that was in the Delta Hotel, I don't know. That could have been on a Zoom call. But there was a meeting. A lot of people have a team meeting, won't you? Have a Zoom meeting. Whether that was a meeting in person, I don't know. Later on after that, because there was rumours going around that it was either Potter or Steve Cooper. It was never Steve Cooper. And I said that. I did another update on Patreon yesterday, just to say, don't worry, it's not Steve Cooper. For those of you that joined Patreon yesterday, Hammer Chat Patreon, we really do appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. We will try and do more over this transfer window, and I'll be looking to do another update either today or tomorrow on that. I'll be uploading another video today at probably about 4 o'clock now, something like that, 4:04. And then later on this evening, myself and Gio will be doing a cup of tea over on the main channel. I'll be talking about the director of football stuff, particularly the rumour about Dan Ashworth as well, unless something else happens today. But as I say, Lopetegui's at training at the moment, so we're not entirely sure it will be. Really late in the evening, it said Sky Sports, and I don't blame Sky Sports for running late. Look what happened when TalkSport tried to run early. They basically said Graham Potter had been offered the job. That is true. Potter had been offered the job. Later on at night, again, not told by a club, but had a couple of pretty damn good sources told me that Potter was very close to accepting the job. I mean, it was so late. I think I wrote my last blog on it at something like 20 past 11 last night. That's how late it was. It was late. There were other rumours around at the same time that he'd been asked for 24 hours to consider it. Don't know. That's someone else's information. That wasn't my information, but I just thought I'll put it out there so as you can hear that. And then there were rumours that Everton and West Bromwich Albion were going to look to try and hire Potter. I don't know whether that's true. I've got no contacts at Everton or West Bromwich Albion. It just seemed to me like a little bit convenient. I don't think that's the case for them to come in at the last hour and do it. My understanding is at the moment this is very much a short-term deal, which I think is right. We'll deal with Dan Ashworth stuff later on today. Just got a couple of people to ask on that, but I think I got a steer on that basically. And then it gets to this morning, nothing has happened. Julen Lopetegui turns up for training, as I say. Both ex-West Ham United employee and Sean Weston have both said that. So yeah, that would be the case. He would. I wouldn't even need to double check that. They've got such good sources at the West Ham training ground, a pair of them, that's where it'll be. Not great, as I said. I don't think it's particularly great for Lopetegui. So just for those of you who say, what the hell is going on West Ham? And it is a mess, by the way. And I've just given. It's hard for me. I've just spoken for pretty much 14 minutes there without overly giving my opinion on stuff. There's not really time for that. But just the sequence of events yesterday, that it got revealed that Lopetegui was on borrowed time. Tim Steidten has been banned from the training grounds. Graham Potter has been approached. He has not been hired as yet. An agreement is in place, and we understand the agreement is on Potter's wages, the length of term, which I believe is until the end of the season. There will be an option there. Make no mistake about it. There will be an option there. All right, but it will be an option that's activated on both sides. So don't necessarily think that's necessarily going to happen. Should probably have said that earlier on in the video. And but no decision has been, no contract has been signed yet. And so Lopetegui, as it stands, remains in his job. Tim Steidten, as it stands, remains banned from the training grounds. So there you go. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarity. I know it's a mess. I know it's a bum, but I've never known a day like it. Honestly, not since we started doing this as a job. You expect it on transfers, but even then you get a little bit of a heads up. It's not like West Ham. I can't remember the last time West Ham signed a player and I didn't know it was going to happen. You know, like even the day before, or a couple of days before, and you know, with the likes of Todibo and Kilman, you get such a long build up, don't you? That you know, you have such a long time to prepare. Just, I can't remember a day when there was so much surprising stuff. Some of it breaking, some of it true, some of it inaccurate, some of it honestly inaccurate. You know, I think that's the other thing. I didn't get a sense yesterday that anyone was overly trying to lie about anything. It's just people trying to beat other people to the story and stuff like that. I'll catch up with you later, about 4 o'clock, 4:30. I'm going to go and try and do my research now, do some recording on it. We'll keep you up to date as much as we can. Don't forget to join us for there. So yeah, about 4 o'clock on this channel for an update on the. Unless there is some really big news like Lopetegui is sacked in the interim, obviously I'll jump on and do a video then. All things being equal, as I was told last night, next 48 hours, which you know it's not great for Lopetegui, is it? And then don't forget to join myself and Gio for a cup of tea. We normally do a mug of tea over on Patreon as well. We're doing a cup of tea tonight. Again, we're not gonna pretend otherwise. We're trying to entice people over to Patreon. We think Patreon's a really good deal. Links in the description below. Patreon.com/HammersChat. Got loads and loads of videos. There's just loads. There's loads of additional content on it. There's competitions. There's ticket giveaways. And people win. It's not like we do competitions. No one wins. People win all the time. Signed shirts. I've got loads of them. Check it out. I'm gonna go now. Make a cup of tea. Do a little bit of research on Dan Ashworth, and then I will get back to you this afternoon.